Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the first edition of Genesis Football here on Pain Train Sports. Now, Genesis is an online sim football league on Xbox One for Madden 21, which means we have an in-depth set of rules in place to help create a realistic football feeling on Madden that you would find in the NFL every single week of the season. Now today, we've got a great division matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. Throughout this Genesis cycle, I will be controlling the Jaguars, hoping to rebuild and recultivate this Duval dumpster fire back into a formidable AFC contender, similar to the 2017 squad, but with 100% less Blake Bortles. Now let's get right into this game. The Jaguars start 0-1 after a low-scoring 13-10 loss to the Colts in Week 1. Now I only just got into the league, so that's why we're starting in Week 2 as opposed to Week 1, but we're going to try and right this ship right here, right now at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. And this is the man under center to lead us back to the AFC Championship, Gardner Flint Minshew II, as he takes the field and hands off to rookie running back James Robinson, who finds a gaping hole on the right side of the field, getting him down to the 43-yard line. Now, since we weren't here to control the team in Week 1, we're going to treat them as if they had performed just as they did in real life against Indianapolis, just with a loss in the column as opposed to a win. And here's Robinson again with another good run for 8 yards, bringing up 3rd and 2. Now, there's a lot of questions surrounding this Jacksonville team as a whole this year, but none perhaps as large as Minshew's ability to take this team to the next level. Minshew is going to get blindsided here as he throws, resulting in the ball sailing right over Chris Conley's head and forcing the Jags to punt. And this will lead to the Titans taking over on their own 15 after a solid punt from Logan Cook. And, of course, this is the man to watch out for on this squad, the workhorse, Derrick Henry, as he forces his way for a 10-yard run and an immediate first down. A big question for Derrick Henry is, will he have enough in the tank to sustain another season of carrying this Titans team on his back and have other teams adjusted to finding ways to stop him before he gets going? And there's a dime to the 2017 third-round draft pick, tight end Jonnu Smith. We'll be seeing plenty of Smith throughout the course of this game. The Jaguars' defense this year is also a big concern. Having just shipped Yannick Ngakoue to the Vikings, will the Jags' defensive line be able to put enough pressure on quarterbacks to be consistently effective against the pass? Speaking of being effective against the pass, that was just Myles Jack there on that incompletion and forcing the 3-and-out. Jacksonville's linebacking core is what we should really be watching out for this year, with Myles Jack and also the addition of Joe Schobert, Joe Show, being particularly effective coverage linebackers as well as being able to stop the run. And that brings up a 3rd and 6 as the Jags line up in shotgun formation. And be on the lookout for a lot more throws to the halfbacks this season, with Robinson, Ozigbo, and Chris Thompson making up the running committee. And there's James O'Shaughnessy making the grab to move the sticks. Now, while Minshew has been pressured on multiple occasions here in the first quarter, at least the offensive line is doing a great job at finding openings for James Robinson so far. Robinson, an undrafted rookie free agent out of Illinois State, who truly impressed the coaching staff in camp, winning him the lead role for running back this season. However, that doesn't mean you won't be seeing plenty of his counterparts, Ozigbo and Thompson. Head coach Doug Marrone told us in an interview before the game that each running back has a unique skill set that will be put to use on a game-to-game basis. But one thing that all of his backs have in common is focus. They're all still fighting for that starting role. And here we're going to see Minshew take a big sack from Titans linebacker Rashaan Evans. This screen broke down at a rapid pace. Gardner should have just thrown that one away and saved them the lost yardage. But he's going to try and make up for that here as he scrambles, but the Titans capitalize quickly. He's only able to get around 4 yards. And Minshew's going to take the snap here, and it looks like he does have Chark open across the middle, but he decides to try and push the ball downfield and getting picked off by Kevin Byard. Minshew waited a bit too long to send that one downfield, and Tennessee's stud safety is going to make him pay for that decision. So the Titans are back with another possession here, and we're going to see a prime example of this defense's biggest issue, the lack of a consistent pass rush. Now the linebackers provided pretty decent coverage on that play, but Tannehill had enough time to find the slippery Adam Humphries for a decent pickup. One thing to the defense's credit, however, is defensive coordinator Todd Wash in his 4th season with the Jaguars. Now he led that 2017 Saxonville defense, and he's hoping to rekindle that flame this season. One thing that the Jaguars have done exceedingly well so far in the first half is stopping Derrick Henry, but not on this play as Derrick Henry speeds past the defense on the right side of the field for the first down. And that's where Henry really kills teams, is with his deceptive speed. He's almost like a freight train. You can only hope to get him down quickly, because if he builds up that speed, that's where he starts running guys over or hitting them with that jackhammer of a stiff arm. Now here's Tannehill with the play action, picking him up. The first down is Jonnu Smith once again. And Miles Jack is there with the stop on Henry that time. This first half has really been a defensive battle. Neither team has really gotten much headway as far as offense goes. That is until this drive, where the Titans have had the longest drive of the game thus far. The Titans looking to get in scoring position here, as Tannehill takes the snap, and he is going to throw a long bomb to guess who? Jonnu Smith once again. And you know, what a beautiful ball thrown by Ryan Tannehill. Put it right where it needed to be, right into Smith's hands, and Smith having the wherewithal to stay in bounds and pick up the first down, getting them to within the 10-yard line. So the Titans are going to try and punch it in here for the first score of the game. And Derrick Henry does get stopped by Miles Jack once again. And they're going to try and run it one more time, but he will get wrapped up. 10 rushes for 39 yards. I don't think anybody expected that from the Jaguars front 7 to start this game off. So Tannehill will take the snap on 3rd and goal. And there will be a huge interception. The lurker, Joe Schobert with the takeaway on that huge 3rd down. The score remains 0-0 as the Jacksonville offense takes over the field once again. They're going to try and get some room here, but holding on to the ball, it looks like Jacksonville isn't really liking the look that they're getting from the defense here. They will switch it up, calling a timeout and coming out in the I form. Hopefully Robinson will be able to give them some space, and he does give them a little bit of breathing room, getting them to the 7-yard line. We're really going to need to see some playmakers step up for this Jacksonville offense if they have any hope of capitalizing off of that Titans mistake, and Minshew will take a big sack from Jeffrey Simmons Jr., losing them all of that room and now backed up to the 3-yard line. So Minshew will be in his own end zone on this throw, but he has some time and finds Tyler Eifert for the big pickup. Former Cincinnati Bengal, making his presence known in this game and picking up that big 3rd down. Finally moving the sticks, Jacksonville hopes to at least get some production out of this stagnant offense. And the tight end play, there is no shortage of for either team. James O'Shaughnessy with another catch. Ozigbo's checked into the game. And they will go for the screen. Both defenders whiffing tackles, and Ozigbo picking up the first down. So they will spike it. I believe they are trying to save that last timeout until absolutely necessary. Jacksonville's just happy to get some positive yards in this game as they pick up another first down and spike the ball again. Going from a dagger look here, and Gardner Minshew will find James O'Shaughnessy once more for a big first down. 8 seconds left on the clock. And they will opt for a field goal here, picking up the 3 points and taking the first lead of the game at the end of the half. So the kickoff here, and the Titans will most likely just nail it out. bringing us right into halftime. And in a surprising turn of events, Tennessee actually takes the field, coming out with 4 wideouts, with Smith right in the middle. So it looks like they will be going deep on this fade route here, and Tannehill will get picked off by Jared Wilson. I can't say that was the smartest move on Vrabel's part, but honestly, there's not much risk that goes into that unless that pick is fully returned. So at the start of the third quarter, Titans come out in the pistol formation. Another play action to Derrick Henry. And wide open on the sideline, Mr. Reliable, Jonnu Smith. Now, one would think that the Jaguars would have been game planning for this second half to really try and take Jonnu Smith out of this game. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking because he was just way too effective in the first half. Derrick Henry gets a 2-yard run on first down. And they give it to him again as he brings him down for a 3rd and 2. And he will pick up the first here. And Titans fans have to be happy with Vrabel's resilience to continue to call these plays right down the trenches with Henry. As much as they weren't working in the first half, he is making some headway here. And Henry again powering through for a 3 or 4 yard run. And Derrick Henry's arch rival Miles Jack on the stop. These two have been going at it all game. And both of these teams, while not bitter division rivals, both competitors looking to try and take this top spot in the AFC South, with many question marks surrounding both the Indianapolis Colts and Bill O'Brien's Houston Texans. And the Titans will take the 3 points there on that drive, but Minshew actually coughs up the ball in the very next play. I don't know if that pitch went exactly as planned, whether he was trying to throw it to Robinson or keep it himself, but there was definitely some sort of miscommunication. It's Titans ball once again. And Tannehill will find former Cowboy Jeff Swain for a very quick score, grabbing their first lead of the game, 10-3. So they'll be kicking right back to Jacksonville, and the Jaguars have got to find some semblance of an identity on offense. And with the way that Doug Marrone's been talking about his running back committee, you've got to think that they're going to try and be a run-first team this season. But with those receivers that they have, including this man right here, DJ Chark, on the big grab, you've really got to start airing this ball out. You've got all those weapons on offense. Gardner Minshew's just got to take advantage of them. D.D. Westbrook swallowed up on that jet sweep. And speaking of that run-first offense, we've got James Robinson back in the backfield here for the pitch, but he will get wrestled to the ground by cornerback Adoree Jackson. So Jacksonville lined up 3 wide here. Minshew's going to take the snap, trying to draw the defense off sides, and he's going to throw a long bomb to Chris Conley for the touchdown. Very, very reminiscent of that first play of the game where the ball sailed right over Conley's head as Minshew got hit. This time the two connect like butter on toast, and they tie this game up at 10-10. So the Titans will have 2:36 left in the third and counting, but an illegal forward pass by Tannehill. But honestly, what a bomb. I know he was moving forward, but an impressive throw from Tannehill all the same. Jacksonville will, of course, take that penalty, leading to a 2nd and 14. And Tannehill will throw for Jonnu Smith once again, but it is batted down by Clavon Chasen, the rookie, bringing up a big 3rd and 14. But an unfortunate mistake. A pass interference call against Sidney Jones IV. And what is otherwise a great defensive show out for Jacksonville. Henry stuffed at the line, by Miles Jack once again. Everybody's covered on this play here, and it's almost picked off. But in man coverage, a cover 2, that was very impressive from the Jacksonville secondary. And Adam Humphries once again on the outside for a big first down. Those outside posts and corner routes are really killing the secondary. And in the I form, Henry will take the ball. Vintage Henry powering off his defender and picking up the first down, getting his team down to the 15-yard line with only 1 minute left in the third quarter in a very low-scoring 10-10 game. Humphries again, but he does step out, only a gain of 1 yard. I'm hoping that the secondary can really make up for these mistakes on the outside and the big mistake by Sidney Jones on that pass interference, as they do find Corey Davis across the middle for the first, and that will take us to the start of the fourth quarter. Corey Davis has been somewhat silent throughout the course of this game, as have most of the receivers for both teams, minus Chark and Humphries. It's really been all tight ends and all running since then. Joe Schobert with the big stuff on the 4-yard line. Big third and goal here. And Tannehill will throw to the back of the end zone, but it is swatted by Jared Wilson. Jared Wilson, who came up with the big pick at the end of the first half. But Tennessee will take the lead 13-10 with that field goal. And Jacksonville will stick with the running game at the start of the fourth quarter, possibly trying to control the clock, get downfield, and Robinson with a big first down as he throws off Kevin Byard. With Jacksonville in control of the clock, they can really control the tempo of this game. Robinson with a fantastic pickup block on that play action, allowing Minshew to find Chark right across the middle. And if Jacksonville can get down and score here while taking time off the clock, they won't leave enough time for the Titans to really come back. But we'll see what happens. 3rd and 5, Jacksonville on Tennessee's 39. And he will hit Chris Conley with a big catch on the sideline, powering off his defender and stepping out of bounds. And Minshew will find Conley once again for a first down. Chris Conley has really shown out this game with the absence of Keelan Cole, now a member of the Dallas Cowboys. And on the RPO, Minshew will hit Chark, but he is wrapped up by the ankle, just stopping him from getting into the end zone, now on the 4-yard line. And Jacksonville will hand it off to James Robinson once again, but he is stopped 2 yards short of the end zone. And they do take a sack after that play, leading us to a 3rd and goal on the 6. But Minshew finds Tyler Eifert once again with a big touchdown, giving them the lead in the fourth quarter. Only 2 minutes left. Tennessee's got all 3 timeouts, so they definitely have enough time to get down the field. They don't have to be aggressive here as they hand off to Henry for short yardage. Tannehill's really shown a lot of composure in this game. Aside from throwing into double coverage there, Jack almost comes down with the pick. But Tannehill's been making plenty of line adjustments throughout this game. Good coverage on that pass as Tannehill is hit on 3rd and 6, bringing up 4th down. Tennessee will elect to go for it here. From their own 27, perhaps the biggest play of the game. A missed pick, but a fumble, forced fumble from Jared Wilson, I think, was in on that hit. You can see where he misses the interception here, but Jonnu Smith gets cracked by Jared Wilson, who was in on that hit, and Jacksonville recovered the ball. Still with all 3 timeouts, here's Chris Thompson's first run of the game, and it is a big one, getting them down to the 23-yard line on a 20-yard gain. And Robinson's back out on the field, breaks off of 1 tackle, really forcing Tennessee to use these timeouts now. And we're going to see the exact same RPO from earlier, but flip to the other side, and this time they do score. D.D. Westbrook on the touchdown. And that'll really be the nail in the coffin for Tennessee, unless they can manage to run down the field and score, and then get the onside kick and score again. They can't settle for a field goal here. So we'll see what transpires. Tennessee starting from their own 24. There's definitely no time to waste now. Tannehill for the long bomb, but that will do it. Another interception, and that is Sidney Jones IV making up for that mistake from earlier in the game to seal this Jacksonville victory. So the Jags do move to 1-1 on the season. We are undefeated as the user for the Jaguars, but that one loss that we had before we joined the league still will linger over our heads for the rest of the season. We can only hope that our playoff aspirations don't come down to one game keeping us out or a one-game win and in, but that is long to be seen. We've got a long road ahead of us in Jacksonville, but I'm very excited to get into this league and start showcasing just what this team is all about. As you can see, we didn't have a dominant victory over Tennessee, but we were able to pull together in the second half and finish this game. That's really when things started to come together for the offense. That's also when Minshew started to look more calm and composed in the pocket. The offensive line didn't break down nearly as much, and the Tennessee defensive line struggled to get pressure in when it mattered the most. And that's honestly what this entire season is going to come down to for Jacksonville, is getting that defensive pressure on opposing teams and having the ability to finish games just like we did today. And I couldn't be more excited. I think this team originally when I took it was going to be more of a rebuild, but honestly with the weapons that they have, and especially with the Jags just in Madden in general, I think they're a lot more versatile than perhaps their real-life counterparts. But we will see. Here are our after-game stats. James Robinson will continue to be our premier back, but we will have some more of Chris Thompson and Ozigbo as the season moves along. And Chris Conley was very impressive today. He will continue to be our number 2 receiver with D.D. Westbrook coming in the slot. And we still have Laviska Shenault. He did not make an appearance in this game, but that'll definitely change as we try to shoehorn Shenault into our formations and really get this offense lighting up on all cylinders. But that'll do it for this video. I had a super fun time playing in this first game, and I look forward to playing in the next game, which is a Thursday night game against Miami.